Secondly is the emotion. What do I feel? And so you have a list of emotions there on page E3. You can, when you're looking for emotions, take a look at that page, because it was my experience when I first started doing this kind of work that we really don't know what our emotions are. And it's difficult for us to name them, which I feel badly. That's not enough. That's very general. We want to understand what exactly is the emotion that we're feeling. So we want to discover the triggering mechanism, the stimulus. We want to discover the emotion. And having those two poles, we want to find the connecting link. And what is the connecting link? Our beliefs. And so actually this is a seminar on beliefs. It's emotional harmony. But all the key to our reality is our beliefs. So we are creating a reality in relationship to our beliefs. And if we want to change our reality, we simply need to change our beliefs. Simply. It's not so simple. It's not so easy at all. But this is what needs to be done, to change these beliefs. We may change them consciously, but there's this iceberg effect of conscious changing, and then there's this whole subconscious mass, which also has to be changed in order for us to experience that in our daily life. So we look for the connecting link, that is the belief which, when it sees that stimulus, when it experiences that triggering mechanism, feels these emotions. And then the fourth aspect of the emotional mechanism is my reaction. How do I react? Now there are internal reactions such as clenching my stomach, creating tension in my shoulders and my neck, my eyes, creating headaches, creating pains in my body. External emotion, reactions such as walking away, approaching, shouting, yelling, escaping, moving away from situations. Each person will have to see how he reacts. And then there's something else you may ask. How does my reaction then become a triggering mechanism for the others, and then becomes a whole reaction or emotional mechanism in there? That is, I react in a certain way, the other person perceives my reaction through his belief system, creates his emotions, creates his reaction, he comes back to me with his interpretation and his reaction. That becomes my new triggering mechanism. That passes through my beliefs, creates new emotions, and then my reaction. And we have this vicious circle of two robots interacting, and very little conscious interaction, because mechanisms are interacting. People are not interacting. There are these whole mechanisms from our childhood years which are causing us to say things and do things which we don't really feel at this moment logically. And the other person is doing the same. And of course we become distanced, and we lose our love, we lose our unity, we lose our clarity. I would like to look at a few examples of this. Let's look at page 4 now for a moment. Here we have listed what we just said, that what we are looking for this week is the stimulus, the life events, people's behaviors, situations, changes, or memories, to our programming, our conscious and subconscious beliefs, values, expectations, attachments, aversions, our emotions we're looking for. Most emotions are based on guilt or fear, most negative emotions, unpleasant emotions, and our reaction to the others and environment in words, thoughts, actions, and attitudes. And if we can, the others or the environment's reaction to us then becomes our new stimulus. So throughout this week, now there are some hints down here. It says Discover beliefs which explain the existence of all emotions. Leave no emotions unexplained. Remember to search for the inner child's beliefs. What do we mean by this? We'll be speaking about the inner child more and more as we go on in the seminar. The idea is that we are actually two persons, or more than two persons. There is the one person who has grown up and sees things rationally, clearly, but there is still a child which lives within our subconscious, which still has many doubts about our security, about our self-worth, about other people's love. And these doubts of this inner child, which are based on this child's experiences as a child, which continue to exist within our subconscious mind, cause most of our negative reactions and emotions. So when you're analyzing yourselves, don't look only to the rational part of yourselves. Where there's smoke, there has to be fire. So if I'm feeling fear, it doesn't suffice to say I can't find the belief which is creating fear. I have to find the belief. There's a reason for that fear. If my stomach is in knots, there's a reason. I may not be able to find a logical reason, so let me accept the existence of the inner child, that there is a child within me who, although I, as an adult, cannot find any reason to feel upset about what is happening, this other part of me is feeling that, and I must acknowledge and accept that part of myself and begin to see it and work with it. As long as I ignore it and accept the existence of these unpleasant emotions without searching deeply in to say why I'm feeling this way, I will always be controlled by it. The only way to really get free is to accept, acknowledge, and begin to work with this part of ourselves. So don't be afraid to accept that there is a great bit of incongruency within us. There's many conflicting aspects of ourselves, and that's perfectly natural. And it's perfectly natural in a person who is growing. I mean, it's the most natural thing that a part of me will have understood something intellectually, while another part of me is still working on trying to experience that emotion. That's very... Anyone who is in a growth process becomes even more schizophrenic, if you want to say it that way. That is because he has one part of himself which understands all of these spiritual truths and believes them and wants his life to be based on them, and he has other part of himself which is still functioning from these emotional mechanisms. So don't be afraid to see this discrepancy which is within us. And the second hint is that behind all aggressive emotions we can find feelings of weakness, inability, danger, insecurity, rejection, or basically fear. So when you in your analysis discover that you're feeling anger or hate or revenge, don't stop in your analysis there. You must realize that behind anger there is always a feeling of weakness. There is always a feeling of danger, of fear. Anger and hatred are second emotions. It's a second wave of emotions. It exists when I am feeling the danger of self-rejection, the danger of rejection from the other person, the danger of failure, the danger of losing my security, or not having something which I need.